Tracy.
We're live in Morris, Natalie Martinez, ABC5.
You tell me what you want to do. Oh. My name is Alicia Steffes, A-L-I-C-I-A. Steffes is S-T-E-F-F-E-S. I'm the police chief in Morris, Illinois. And the fire chief's going to give a little explanation on the fire itself. But just to start, we wanted to review what we've been doing evacuation-wise. What we call the southeast side of Morris is currently evacuated. So between the railroad tracks to the north, Route 47 to the west, the Illinois River to the south, and then Washington Street to the west, that whole area has been evacuated. We strongly suggest residents stay out of the area, and we expect this evacuation to be in place until at least 9 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday. So until at least 9 p.m. on Wednesday. People need to be prepared to stay out of the area for that amount of time. It is possible, because the situation is fluid, that that might be extended, so they need to stay tuned to our local, I know the Chicago news is here, but also especially to our local channel, WCSJ, for current information on further evacuations or how long this evacuation will last. At this time, all the entrances to that southeast area are blocked off. The police are in the area. They are roaming to make sure that the area is safe, that people who don't live in the area are not there. They will be stopping people if they see people out and about to make sure that at the very least they are residents of the area, so that we don't have outsiders coming in, and assisting anyone that needs help getting out. Any questions on that at this time? On that portion of it, and then the fire chief and the mayor will also address some other parts of that.
Is that still a 10-block radius?
It's about a 10-block radius there.
Are there some residents that are not out of their house yet? Do you know?
I'm sure there are. Again, we strongly suggest everyone leave the area. We also suggest if you have church services, meetings, businesses in that area tomorrow that you plan on not meeting or going to a different location out of the evacuation area. This is an inconvenience for everybody. I mean, everybody involved here, especially the people that live there. So this is not something we want to do, but it is for your safety. And the fire chief will talk more about that, the dangers of what's coming through the smoke. But this smoke is dangerous, so we need people to stay out of the area for their own health. On Facebook, Morris Police, we love our Facebook page and our relationship with the community Facebook page. So we've been reading the comments. There is so much rumors going on there, and we know the arson investigators, the Facebook arson investigators are out there. Just please trust us and that we have this under control. And again, trust your local and your known news agencies for news. Don't go by what people are commenting. When people don't know what's going on, they make it up. So please stick with your trusted news sources for what is happening. Any other questions on that? My name's Alicia Steffes, A-L-I-C-I-A. Steffes is S-T-E-F-F-E-S, and I'm the police chief in Morris.
Hello, my name's Tracy Steffes, T-R-A-C-E-Y, last name Steffes, S-T-E-F-F-E-S. I'm the fire chief for the Morris Fire Protection and Ambulance District. Not a whole lot has changed since the earlier press conference today. We still are using the same firefighting tactics on this fire. This fire, because of it involving lithium batteries, normal conventional firefighting such as water or firefighting foam will not extinguish this fire. In fact, it will make this fire more violent and react more violent if we introduce firefighting foam or water on it. After we've consulted with both state and national agencies, national federal agencies, we've made the decision to allow this fire to run its course. And how we're going to do that is we're going to have firefighting companies on the scene continuously until this fire has been extinguished. We are accomplishing that by using our mutual aid association, our MABUS association through the state. It's the same MABUS association that actually responded to the Rockton fire a couple weeks ago. We're using a lot of them same agencies. We work very well together, these agencies. We all know what the end result is, and we all have the same idea to get to that end result. I appreciate all the fire departments and all of the other agencies, including community people that have, and groups that have come forward to assist us with reaching this end result. Our end result is safety. It's to extinguish this fire with no loss of life and no injuries. And when we tell people that we need them to stay out of the smoke and stay out of the area, we're not doing that to just inconvenience you. We're telling you that because it's a safety issue. It's a health and safety issue. The smoke that is being produced from these lithium batteries as they burn is deadly. We need you to stay out of it. So we are going to keep that evacuation area as long as we can until we know for sure that the air and the air quality is safe. We are accomplishing that by continuously monitoring the air and sampling it. We will make this choice and continue on it until that air is safe again. So like I said, you might not see a lot of firefighting activities going on at the scene, and it's because there are not a lot going on. We are letting the fire run its course, and when we get to a point to where we can determine the exact location of the fire in the building, and we can extinguish it safely, we will introduce them methods, and them methods will probably be a little different than what we normally see, which is firefighting foam and water. We're going to use some type of dry material. We've been talking about using road salt because it has a very low moisture content, which would not allow these batteries to violently react to that moisture. So as we progress through the night and we get to tomorrow morning, we'll see how the fire's progressed. When we reach the point where we think we can safely introduce that, that material in there to finish extinguishment, that's when we'll choose to do it. It will be a joint decision between all of the stakeholders on the scene. Does anybody have any questions?
The rain.
The rain. Yeah, the rain could be an issue. These batteries obviously react with moisture, so there's no way for us to control the weather or to put a tent over the building. So we have to see what type of reaction we are getting from them. We do know that the fire has increased in intensity, the fire portion of it, and we feel that that is probably due to some of the other combustibles that were stored in the building that had nothing to do with the batteries. We feel that the fire has reached them combustibles and ignited them and started them to burn. The problem is we can't introduce any water to extinguish them, which we would normally do, because it's going to have an adverse effect on the lithium batteries. So yes, the rain was not good tonight, but did it change much for runoff in that? No, it hasn't. We're monitoring the runoff, and that's another thing, is this is going to be a large environmental hazard. By introducing water to it at this time would actually make it worse. So that's why we've made the choices we have. It's hard for a firefighter or fire chief to stand outside a building and watch it to continue to burn. It's not in our nature. It's not what we've been trained to do. So sometimes it's very hard to stand back and use unconventional methods to extinguish the fire. So I congratulate all my firefighters and from other towns that had to hold themselves back and watch this happen in front of them. And I appreciate the citizens. We have a great community. Morris is a great community. I lived here my whole life. And when we ask the people to do something or not do something, they answer the call. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it as a fire chief. They make my job easier, my firefighters' jobs easier. So I want the Morris community to know that we see what they're doing and not doing, and more what they're not doing, to help us finish this extinguishment and do it safely.
Was there an air quality sample taken earlier?
There was. We're taking them about every 2 to 4 hours. Part of the problem is we can do immediate testing to tell you that there's particulates in the air. Problem is we can't tell you what they are. We just know that there's something there that shouldn't be there. What that is usually takes between 18 and 24 hours to come back. So depending on what the particular count is how we're governing that.
And we're just worried about actually being in that smoke.
Correct.
Like where we were standing earlier. there's
Yeah.
no problem.
If you can smell it, or if you can see it, you're in the wrong place. You need to move. You know, you don't need to call and say, should I move? You need to do a little bit of a self-evacuation. If your eyes are burning and you can smell it or see it, your body's telling you it's something that you shouldn't be around, and you need to move. And I understand it's an inconvenience, and it might be an inconvenience for 2 or 3 or 4 days here. But if you inhale the smoke, the inconvenience and the health effects from it could last for decades or a lifetime. And that's what we're trying to avoid.
Has the business said anything in the past 3, 4 hours? Have you
I
heard?
haven't talked to them. No. Any other questions? Okay. I'd like to call Chris, or the Mayor of Morris, Chris Brown.
Do you want me to, or you want me to go? Go let Brian go first. I'll wrap it up.
Okay, thank you, Mayor, appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. Brian McDaniel, I'm with the American Red Cross of the Illinois River Valley, and we're based out of Romeoville. About 2 o'clock this afternoon, Unified Command, in cooperation with Morris PD, Morris Fire, and Grundy County, requested services of the American Red Cross. We have been on the scene much of the afternoon, opening a reception center at First Christian Church here so that the public that is evacuating will have a safe, sheltered place to stay, either whether it's to get a hot meal or to stay the night. We are going to be here all evening. We've already provided over 300 meals, about 25 cases of water to the first responders. We will be providing breakfasts in the morning for them as well. And we will also be working to get meals, hot meals to the community that they are in the shelter. And really the message is very simple. If you have no safe place to stay, the Red Cross is here to provide one. And we appreciate the work that the First Community Church has provided us, First Christian Church rather, Pastor Zorn, and coordinating with them. If there are any questions, I can take those.
How many people are going to be at the shelter? How many are at the rate?
We have a handful of families that have shown up. Well, we've had families show up for food and other services overnight. That remains to be seen at this point.
And then we heard senior citizens are getting hotel rooms.
I believe that is through the county's health department.
And the Red Cross is going to be here for until whenever?
The Red Cross is here to alleviate human suffering wherever we encounter it, and we will be here until this community is taken care of as the best we can do. Okay, thank you very much. Mayor Brown.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. Just a few things I'd like to reiterate is, first and foremost is the public safety of our residents and our first responders, both our police and fire. This is obviously a serious situation, and we need the residents as well to take it very seriously. But we are here to help along with the police and fire, and we are so thankful that we have such a great team of individuals here and around, and how the other communities come to support us. So we're just hoping to get through these next few days and create as little of an impact on people's lives as we possibly can. So we do have a number hotline set up. It's 815-942-3408. That's going to be the 941-3408. That's our non-emergency number. There will also be shelter information and evacuation details for those that do not know what's going on. But it is 815-941-3408. Also, just to kind of let everybody know, we're looking to continue these through tomorrow. So our next one we're looking to do at 10 a.m., possibly another one at 2, and another one at 6. So we'll host everything right here. It's just a little simpler and easier for everybody to kind of camp if they need to. Right here in City Hall, we'll take care of you and all your needs and anything that you guys might need.
We appreciate that. Did you say final numbers of residents that were affected or how homes?
I believe we talked earlier, it was about 750 to 1,000 homes, and it could be 4,000 to 5,000 people if they all did evacuate.
Hasn't changed too much.
I don't think so. Yeah, and obviously we're looking to monitor and watch to see if we have to evacuate anything else moving forward, depending on what the EPA gives us as numbers, possibly in the morning or the afternoon, based on some of the samples that they have. So obviously we're watching that to see what we have to do and any change in direction of wind. Yes. So,
Radius is 10 blocks, right?
correct, it's about 10 blocks, yeah. Anything else? Thanks, guys, for your support. We really appreciate it.
And Julie